Hi, I'm Ilya Marchenko.
I'm Janis Kudla.
I'm Evgeny Donskoy.
I'm Henry Laaksonen.
I'm Peter Toretko, and you're listening to the Game to Love podcast.
Hey, welcome back, Game to Love fans. Here we are for another edition of the podcast. And it's been ATP Sofia, which has been taking place. And as you can see, all of the upsets and all of our brackets are all going to pot, aren't they, JG?
Mate, I wish I'd have missed it.
Yeah, well.
I know they started early. It was lucky I'm even in the bracket, but it'd been better if I wasn't in it. So maybe it's unlucky that I'm in it. Like you say, so many big players already gone out. The big ones, obviously, Felix recently, Shapo crashing out as well. Yeah, you had Cilic as well losing to Fortek.
I know.
And, I don't know. I think we've got a lot to cover today. So,
yeah, definitely. We'll try and I think we should start off obviously where the problems were. And the first, I labelled the video, and then we had another upset, so I renamed the video after the next Canadian disappeared, and the only Canadian left is the one which just about squeezed through against Marchenko. But
more like the old breed. Basically, all the new breed Canadians have just flopped out, and I'm glad you're starting with this one because I've got a lot to say about it. For me, I'm just super disappointed. Like Shapovalov. Yeah, he's such a quality player, and he had a really good chance to finish inside the top 10 for this year. It'll be his first time he's ever done it. Yeah, just completely bottled the last few weeks. I think that's 4 losses in a row now, similar to Felix at 4 or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, 4 losses in a row. I think it's exactly the same as Felix, to be honest. So both of the young Canadians have not ended the year very well at all. It looked so bright for him at the beginning. But it's just the same old issues, really. Too many double faults, too many unforced errors, just a lack of consistency really with the shot selection. And at the end of the day, Shapovalov, he's always been in the discussion as one of the young players coming through. But what's he actually? I looked at what he's actually won. He's only ever won an ATP 250 before, which is actually, funny enough, exactly the same as Radu Albot. So when all these players retire, they're not going to be remembered for really much else than what they won. And these two have won the same thing, in essence. So we can big Shapovalov up and criticise Albot. I always do. But I think it's time to maybe give Albot some praise for the fact that he was the better player. I thought he was a lot more consistent and he was firing. Like, he's, for me, looking really good right now. Like, playing some good tennis.
I thought so. And that was, I don't want to say I told you so, but was the one which I thought could be the upset of this round. And Radu Albot been in good form, obviously knocked out Sagita in very good fashion. And I wasn't surprised. I thought if he played well and his consistent tennis that he's been playing, and Shapovalov turned up with his misfiring game, where you even saw it in this match as well. Yeah. He was... one point, he looks like the best player ever, and he's like this showman. He has these like jumping backhands where he fires it across the court, and these amazing winners, like highlight reel things. The next time, he's got a break point against him, and he's not even hitting percentage. He's just going for a stupid shot, which flies out. You get broken, and Albot, the consistent player, just walks into the next round pretty much. It wasn't even really tough for Radu Albot.
Is Shapovalov overrated?
I think so. I'm not going to... I've been singing his praises more than anybody, and I keep willing him to do well every time, but then he doesn't make the right tactical decisions. It's almost like you've got to pick one thing. What do you want to be? Do you want to be remembered as the showman who pulls out 1 or 2 amazing shots and can be on a highlight reel? Or do you actually want to win things? That's, I think, the thing that's you've got to pick, really.
Mate, it's pretty brutal, but it's real. Like, I agree completely. He's not got the right balance right now with the whole showmanship and winning matches. But the weird thing is, I don't know if you want to go through some of the recent ones, if you click on his head-to-head. So if you scroll back a little bit, show more matches.
Sure. Sorry, I didn't do it. Go on then. More?
Well, a little bit more. Let's start from Rome. So we look at Rome. brilliant.
Yeah.
What a tournament he's having. Everything looking brilliant. He's beating a clay court player, Impella. Then
Yeah.
another one, Pedro Martinez, who was playing so good. Ugo Humbert, the man in
Yeah.
form. Dimitrov. God, excuse me.
No worries.
Almost choked saying Dimitrov.
He's upsetting
like,
me this much.
No, like you see, he had such a great run. Like everything was looking really good. And no, it's really no hardship really losing to Schwartzman in the end, because I remember we was covering that match. It was so close, wasn't it? I think he was maybe serving for the match, and then he kept getting broken back. So he was in the form of his life. Like he was playing brilliant. The whole thing happened with Buena. Sorry.
Yeah.
God, something's gone down the wrong hole.
Can we get that man a glass of water over there? Come on.
Mate, I need one.
Or a beer. I don't mind.
With Buena, there was the whole Hawkeye incident, wasn't there? There's no Hawkeye, and then that incident was sort of threw him off. But then even still, he still battled on. And if you go up, he's been doing really well at St. Petersburg. Everything was looking great. And then all of a sudden, he's just petered out. Ever since Rublev, he's just not been very good. Losing to Rodionov and Albot, I'm sorry, in straight sets. Granted, them two are like pretty good players, but they're not like the elite names as what he's just beaten. So for me, there seems to be a lack of mentality, something missing, and it's just not good enough at all.
Maybe it was the Gilles Simon effect has crumbled him at the end of the year. Maybe the Rublev one he could sort of handle. Then he came up against Gilles Simon and was expected to beat him. Rublev one was fair enough. I thought it was a really close match, and I thought that he played really well, to be honest, in that one. The Gilles Simon one, that was a topsy-turvy affair and probably didn't do him any favours. Then he was on a 2-match losing run. Then the Rodionov one, that was just him playing.
I think it's good, though. When I asked the question, is he overrated? It's good to look at him as a whole package and see what he's been doing the last few months. And if you look at it on the whole, he's actually been pretty solid. It's just a case of like, even in them ones, he's sort of scraped through some of them with just, look, he's dropping a set basically every single time. I know we had a nice little run in with a Vashka choice game with Renka. But aside from that, mate, he's always dropping a set.
I know. And that Rodionov one, obviously the 10 double faults. I believe he had another 5 double faults again today, as did Felix Auger-Aliassime. He also was double faulting today. Don't know what's going on with these guys. Is it just the end of the year and they're just they're winding down? I'm hoping that's all it is, because I don't really want to see this type of tennis from the bright prospects of the future.
That's the number 1 seed this tournament, Shapovalov.
Yeah, I know.
And he had a chance to finish inside the top 10, which is a pretty big achievement.
Yeah, well, exactly.
And you can say maybe he's deserved it. Like, I've been bigging him up. Like, I've loved him. Like, the hype, mate. I've been caught up by the drip big time. But, it's got to a point now where he's sort of run out of drip.
Mate, I just stopped dripping. It's just like it's dried up. the drip has dried.
Yeah, they found the leak.
That's it. They sealed him up. And it looks like Radu Albot now going through to the next round. Fair play to Radu Albot, though, to be honest. I think we've always given him a bit of stick, you more than most. But now he makes it through, and he's going to be facing a really informed player in Adrian Mannarino, who actually went through today. I was surprised, actually, that he still got gas in the tank, and he beat Gerasimov in 2 sets as well.
Yeah, well, we both went for Gerasimov, I think. So got that one wrong yet again.
Yeah,
let's go to the chat anyway. We've not even spoke to anyone today.
Exactly.
Like 8 minutes in. I just want to say thanks to the super chat from Chris Rock. We did see it, mate. Appreciate that.
Oh, the comedian.
Sorry, not Chris Rock. Thomas Rock. And then also Chris Meir. Hi, how are we doing? Sorry, I got you both scrambled up. 12 Trouble 21, obviously the recent winner of the last one.
Yeah.
League. Andy's here as well. We've got Anna Jat. How are we doing?
Yeah.
And obviously Nat. Nat's talking about apparently the draw is
what for the ATP finals?
Andy's saying the ATP finals draws today, but I think it is tomorrow. I thought it was anyway.
Well, maybe in different countries. It might be time difference.
Yeah.
So, I heard that the reason that they started the tournament on the Sunday in Sofia was so they can finish on the Saturday, so that there was enough time to start the next tournament or something to do with the ATP, even though it doesn't even affect the ATP finals. There's no one even in it. Like from who could even make it. So, but that's the reason that it was brought forward one day, apparently. So bizarre. So that's what that ruined everybody's confidence. Probably upset the players. They didn't know what was going on starting on a different day. And Chapo and Felix. I mean, Felix, I want to get onto next if we can.
Yeah.
He obviously went out today. Just going to
another young Canadian as well, mate. And it's just...
Well, this one, I'll make it a little bit larger.
Mate, do you know the worst thing is? I had for this tournament in the bracket league, you're going to laugh now when I say it, I had a Felix Shapovalov final. So I don't know what I'm doing. Like, just never listen to me ever again when it comes to tennis selections. I don't have a clue what I'm talking about, and it's been proven today. Well,
you couldn't have predicted what was going to happen in this match as well. I even thought Felix was just going to easily go through this match earlier today. I just thought, I was looking down the fixtures, thinking that one's a certain one.
Mate, we should have known. It's Caruso, mate, another Italian. The Italian players, you can never really go against them right now. They seem to be on fire.
Yeah, and then this one, it was almost as if it was a different Felix. Like it's not the one that actually people like watching. This was one that just kept rallies really long, didn't go for anything, hit it down the middle for literally every rally. The rallies were going on for nearly about 15, 20 shots every rally, and then Caruso just outlasted him. I think
that's what he would do. Like Felix, for me, he's got the big shots. He needs to use them.
Yeah.
Like, in the win recently against Batista Agut, I watched the match, and he was just overpowering him. I feel like Agut is a lot better version of Caruso. Like, they're both technical tennis players who will be able to keep a rally going for ages. And if there's any sign of weakness, they will be able to put the ball away quite comfortably. Felix just needed to overpower him. Wasn't able to do it yet again. And he's just really disappointed. I'd say he's been more disappointing this whole year, really, for me.
Exactly. Like Nat said then, the break points, that was what I was just going to say. He had the break points. They were there for him to take. And on those points, all he did was just play percentage tennis down the middle, and it was just like they're just going back and forth like a training session. I don't know what he was doing. Why are you not going for one? Like, at least you had about 3 on one. I think it was at 2-1 in the second set. He could have just gone for it at once. Didn't. And that's why he lost. No, they're too passive. And unfortunately, Caruso, he's still a decent player. So fair play to him. He squeezed through the first round, came back from a set down against Kuzmanov, but now beating Felix into the next round. So
let's have a look at Felix, because I want to see some of his recent matches as well, like where it went wrong for him. But the difference with him is there's a lot more red, I feel. Yeah, like I said, he's lost the last 4 matches as well. But there's a lot of losses in there. And people he probably should be winning. Like that 3-0 to Nishioka, I thought that was poor. Yeah. The Zverev one, you can excuse that. The Schwartzman one, even that, really you can. If you want to go down, there's some of the ones in Rome. Did you play Rome? Yeah, Rome.
He just lost
first round. There was a lot of first round exits and just poor sort of performances, really, from him.
Public 2-0.
Even going back to the US Open, I thought he was pretty good then. Didn't have any big world beaters to play. He had a relatively nice draw.
Yeah.
Mutet, but then he's just, I don't know, a bit hit and miss, mate. He's a firehead. And if you just rile him up and win the first set, I think he's more or less beat.
Another dripper.
Chapo's mate.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, like a lot of people are saying, Felix was just terrible, really. The big story today was the break points. Wasn't able to convert any of them. And I think, like you said, wasn't attacking enough.
Didn't try to attack any of them. Just like he just thought, if I just stay in the rally, I'm going to... No, it didn't work in the first set. Why do you think it's suddenly going to start working? And that hasn't worked in any of the matches.
Mate.
You win by shortening points. That's how that's why you're exciting. That's why people like watching you.
Well, that's what he's good at. But for me, the only real plus for him is the doubles win. Obviously, winning the doubles.
Yeah. See?
Well, first win, and it's a Masters 1000 doublers event. No one would have ever predicted that. I thought maybe that would sort of break the duck and he'd be all right now. But yeah, he's kind of screwed.
He's just going to give up on it, mate. I think it's just him and Hubert Hurkacz to go to become the biggest doubles partners in the men's game now. That's what they should do. Be the next Brian.
Thomas Rock there saying Mutet is the mini drip. Angry drip. I'd call him angry drip. He's just always so angry when I see him on the court. I've never seen him smile or be happy ever.
No, that's true, actually. I haven't either. He's just a very agitated individual on the court, shall we say. But somebody who's not an agitated individual on the court is somebody I've seen everybody's chatting about there in the comments and saying that it's probably their favourite to even win the competition now. And it's another Italian, which is the young gun Yannick Sinner, who, he had I didn't say incredible win, but this was solid. And it was just always funny in this match, just the way that he won both the sets was at 3-3 in both of the sets. The Huesler double faulted to give him the game at deuce on his advantage each time. You're like, no, out of all the ways, you're playing okay and you're staying in this.
But he double faulted the other day. What was it, against Bashvili? He was a bit lucky to scrape through that. He made a few weird double faults at terrible times, presenting like break point opportunities.
Look, 2 double faults now, both on break points. You're like, no, out of all the times you're going to serve a double fault. But that's what gifted Sinner the win, and he looks super strong. And Huesler's not a bad player. Don't read too much into the fact it's only 6-3, 6-4. He's a good up-and-coming player on the tour, Huesler.
Yeah, no, quality, mate. Like, I was surprising there, looking at he's like 149. He'll probably go up even higher after this tournament.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really rate him. I think he's brilliant. I love his serve. He's quite a big guy as well. And he's been beating so many top players recently. We really love him. We always talk about him. He's like, for me, like another Aslan Karatsev, another one post-quarantine. He's been beating some big names. And a really exciting player.
Well, this is what I mean. Like, if you have a look down here, you can see why he was even in the qualifying and got the lucky loser spot as well. You saw the back here.
Look at that quarter one. That quarter one's just crazy. He won that tournament, beating Van der Sloot.
Yeah, exactly.
Final. And then he had Huang as well. Yeah,
that
was a
really
close
match. That one against Van der Sloot. Yeah. And they're both like incredible serving.
Borna Gojo, mate, he beat as well.
Yeah, Borna Gojo.
He's been another bit of a beast since tennis has resumed. But Aslan Karatsev, I don't know. I feel like he still is one better than this guy.
Well, look at that though. This was what sort of put him on the map for us. Attila Balazs, Gunneswaran, Rusevori, Fognini, and
Feliciano Lopez.
Fabio Lopez, the new guy.
Then he took a set. Then he took a set off Kesmanovic as well.
Yeah,
in the final.
See, that's what I mean. After winning all of those and then losing in the final, that was obviously Kekmanovic's first ATP Tour win, wasn't it? So, but still amazing for Huesler. So, really bright prospects, and as you can see, the green is following him around at the moment. Just unlucky against.
He lost to Karatsev as well in straight sets, and Karatsev's another beast. He played Alex de Minaur today, and I thought he was a bit unlucky not to take the second set. He was. But we'll get onto that in a minute. Wait, quickly before we go off that, Ben. Sorry.
All right, you want to go back on that?
Yeah. I need to talk about Sinner a bit more because he's my favourite ginger, mate. Even more so than Rublev. Like I don't know. I just think he's so exciting. I think he's going to be a future great of the game. I think he's going to win big things. When we talk about Rublev, how long until he wins a Grand Slam? Why don't we ask the question, when's Sinner going to win a Grand Slam?
Well, this is the one thing which is being discussed.
He's younger as well, and he just seems so mature and such a. Like, he's 44 in the rankings. Next year, he'll be top 20. No doubt.
Yeah, for sure. And this is one thing in Italy at the moment. All the talk is about Yannick Sinner, and they have the belief that he's the one who's going to go on and if not win one Grand Slam, maybe multiple Grand Slams. He's obviously like 19 at the moment.
I reckon we're going to see maybe a few Sinner Rublev finals in the future.
That's going to do the world for the gingers. So they'd be on top of the world if both of them in the final. It's going to promote them all over the world. So that's all. Only can be a good thing for them. So Yannick Sinner, though, I think, like you said, the fact that he's so much younger as well, and we give him this much respect, and he has this game which is just pure power. And
for me, I really considered him when he won the next gen tournament. The moment he did that, that's when I started thinking this is a serious player.
I heard like a lot of the people on the tour who are even like the top guys, they just said that the power this guy possesses, it's just a different feel when you're playing him. And you saw it against Martin Fucsovics in the first round. Martin's a great player, and he actually played really well against
he just can't.
Sinner, and there was just no way around the power.
The more his body develops as well, it's only going to get better for him. That's why I'm tipping him to be a great tennis player and one of the big greats of the sport. Because I think the more he develops as a player, the more experience he gains, the more tournaments he plays in, he's only going to get stronger for me.
Well, I totally agree. I can't.
And Irene
wait
there,
to see-
brilliant comment. Sorry, Ben. Is
Yeah,
saying Sinner looks more mature than Felix and Chapo.
couldn't agree more.
100%. Looks like about 10 years older than him.
And the way they did the thumbnail on the ATP website earlier, he actually looks 100 years older than him. I'm not sure why they're trying to make him look so old. But
Well, Jack is a
yeah.
bit offended there, Ben, saying more than Rublev.
Well, you just
How
don't
we
know.
doing,
He
Jackie?
hasn't won as many tournaments, but maybe this is his tournament. Maybe, obviously, he's 3 years behind Rublev. He's already number 44 in the world. Rublev's obviously now in top 10, I believe.
Yeah.
So I think it's just the same trajectory, if not a little bit quicker as well. You just don't. It's just promising to see what the
But what's
future
the 3
holds.
years on him, Rublev?
Yeah, exactly. So
That's a long time, mate, in tennis.
I think if he's already
And it's the most
competing,
crucial 3 years, I think, these ones.
if he's already competing with people like Nadal at the French Open and stuff, I thought it was just so positive, that performance he had against Nadal. I mean, he didn't lose any fans. All he did was gain from that straight sets defeat, because it was actually...
It's crazy you say this. He lost 3-0, but I actually agree with you.
We did the watch along for it. It was just literally incredible tennis from him. He had the break points. He had like more than Djokovic even had against Nadal, and that's saying something. It's just a really promising performance, and you just think that if he could win this tournament now, I mean, the doors have opened up for him. I mean, it's his to lose really now, in my eyes. I think who else is left in? Minaur, really. I think it's between those two in my eyes now. So. But Alex de Minaur, no, I don't. Well, if he comes up against Sinner, battle of the Italians, the old versus the new, don't think he's going to stand a chance. He's not going to hang around and just say, "Oh, I'm not going to put these winners away," like Felix. He's going to actually wipe the floor with it. I think it'll be straight sets against Caruso if it's Sinner.
Well, let's have a little look, because I forget who's actually in it now. Because let's go through and actually go through some of the other matches.
Yeah, sure.
They're the main ones we sort of wanted to do a bit of talking about. We both identified them as like the big sort of upsets and brilliant performances, but there was still quite a few matches going on.
Do you want me to bring up like one sec? Do you want me to bring them up on the all in today, or just bring up the bracket? Or
bring up the bracket, draw on. We'll just go down that.
I'll go through there, and then we can actually say who's leading the bracket at the moment as well, which is always interesting to see. And I don't think it's going to be me or you. That's guaranteed.
It's funny, we don't look at the bracket when we're losing.
Oh, I need to zoom in a little bit. Apologies.
But however, if anyone does want to join the bracket, I'll stick the link in. It's too late to join this one, but hopefully you can join for London. Whether they're doing it or not, I'm not so sure. But if not, join the league, and then you can join us for next season. It's completely free. It doesn't cost any money. And you can put your selections to the test and see how well you compete against us.
Yeah.
If you look there, we've got number one. We've got, Danny Tennis.
Let's have a look to see what Danny Tennis was doing with his ones. He had...
Didn't predict Albot. I don't think anyone did.
That's just me, mate. I think with the Albot prediction, I don't know if anybody followed me with that. Manarino, see, I think that's the key. Still
he's got Chapo there going deep. Let's have a look at his end. I want to see who he's got near the end.
Oh, what, near the end?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. Sinner
to winner.
Yeah. I think there's one more, is there not?
No, that's it. That's the end.
So he's got Pospisil Sinner. That's possible as well.
It's possible for Pospisil. Yeah, it is. But that's my dark horse, I think, wasn't it? Pospisil. Was it?
Yeah.
Or was it Cilic? No, I don't think you could pick Cilic. I think he was too big a player, wasn't he? Yeah, he was I had de Minaur and Pospisil.
Who was my dark horse now?
I'm not sure. You had Chapo to win, and you had... It's probably someone who's already gone out already.
Probably, I think it was Gerasimov, so he's gone as well.
Yeah, it was Gerasimov as well. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
right.
Antonio saying there, I say Sinner will win the whole tournament.
Yeah,
well, that'd be brilliant for Danny, is it?
Yeah, this is... I'll go up to the top so you can see whose it is. This is Danny Tennis.
Yeah. Well done, mate. If you're watching, you're smashing it. Let's have a look to see who's go on, Ben. Let's see where me and you are.
Oh, go on then.
Let's embarrass ourselves.
Well done to the other people. Everybody's leading there. It's not just Danny Tennis. Dasher there again at the top, and Daria G. Nice. I've got one I can't pronounce. Team Groves there doing well.
Yeah, we've got Team Groves in the chat. Obviously, he's saying Yeah, I wish I backed Sinner now, but he was injured last week.
Exactly, and I had Martin Fucsovic.
He tricked us
beating him.
all.
That was the only reason I picked Fuchsovich to beat Sinner, but it seems that his foot's healed up now. Maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it was just the ginger versus ginger thing versus Rublev that he had to just let him through. Well, JG there, unlucky for some, number 13, level with Tommy Cool. Big Al there as well. Where am I?
Oh, gosh.
Oh, no, you've got to go.
Not another click. When you have to do another click, Ben, that's not good.
No. I'm the 21st. Oh, no. Yeah, well, I didn't expect it to be much better because I've just seen Gerasimov tumble out today. I've seen Felix tumble out today. We've obviously, or the only one I had right was Radu Albot, but then I had Gerasimov to beat Radu Albot in the next round. He's out already.
Mate, you should have stuck with Radu all the way. Radu final.
Might be Radu to win the whole thing. You never know.
Let's see who's bottom. Come on. We'll ignore, obviously. Yeah, not him. And it's Mary Sky. Obviously, Mary had a good tournament last time, coming fourth. So you actually predicted Medvedev to win the last tournament, but not doing so well now, Mary. 52% correct.
I want to see who's the final for this one. I'm sorry. I can't help myself.
Well, we've got Sugita there going the distance. Probably Troitsky final. Oh, no, Sugita final.
Bashashvili to win
again
the whole thing versus Kabaya's Bainer.
Andreev in the semi-final.
yeah. Anyway,
oh,
I think that's a load of garbage. So let's move to the actual draw. Anyway, we can just have a look. Maybe we can just use one of these top ones anyway to just look through the draw, and then we can just speak about some of the results. We'll go through Danny Tennis as he's top. But yeah, we obviously had Gerasimov. He went out to Mannarino. I didn't see this match.
We spoke about that, mate. It's not much to say. Mannarino just continues his brilliant form. This is the one I wanted to talk about. Karatsev. Yeah. I thought maybe he could cause a bit of an upset here against de Minaur. And it looked super tight. I think he had 2 set points against the Demon in the second set.
It was very, very close. It was and
it just shows how far this guy has come. Do you not think? Karatsev, before last year, we remember him on tour in the challenges. He was kind of a nobody. Yeah. He used to lose to anyone. Now, serious competitor.
You're right.
Really top stuff.
I think he had 2 set points at 5-4 in that second set, and then obviously didn't manage to take them. De Minaur held, and now he just got all the way to the tiebreak. Very, very dodgy tiebreak in which I don't think anyone held their serve at all in the tiebreak. I think they broke their serve. I don't know how many times. There's about 10 breaks of serve in the tiebreak there. So
I think experience was key there, though. de Minaur's been there so many times. I think it's just really exciting now to see de Minaur Sinner. It's a shame we can't do a live watch along for it.
Yeah, I was watching an interview with de Minaur as well earlier today, and he was being interviewed by John Millman. Actually, it was quite funny. John Millman seems like quite a good character. Would make quite a good TV presenter as well. The way
he's a good laugh. He's a good laugh.
He was firing the questions at obviously his Australian teammate, and just asking what he thought was the difference now, because obviously he's stepped up and he's really competing on the highest level now. And he just said it was mainly just down to his mentality and the belief that he could actually beat some of these top players now. And that's the main thing. He said he always knew he had the skills to be able to perform, but he's just doing it on the big stage. And he's really, really tightened up his mental side of his game. And you can see in games like that, when you got set points against you, come through strong, and that's why he's my person to win the tournament. I think if he meets Sinner, it's going to be a real struggle, but I think he's got all the ability to do it. That'd be a really exciting one if we get to see that.
Wait, who you talking about?
Sinner versus de Minaur. If that's
that's the next match, mate.
That is the next match. So yeah,
can you not see it? It's literally in front of you.
I know. I was looking at you, just talking to you.
Yeah, no. The next match, what I'm saying, is de Minaur Sinner. And we've got Antonio there. He's tipping Sinner to go and win the whole thing. We've got, on the other hand, Thomas Roxas, and the Demon's going to win it all. But then he also says he has no clue. So.
I have the Demon to win the tournament. But
so you're going to stick with Demon over Sinner?
I did have the Demon to win the last tournament, and it didn't work. So I don't know. I'm going to have to stick with him. He's on my bracket. I'll be cheering him on. But
I'll be cheering on Sinner anyway. I want him to do it.
There's part of me that thinks that Sinner can definitely win this whole thing now after seeing him perform today again. Seems very solid. think it's going to be a very interesting clash of styles, though. That's the thing I'm liking. And the fact that we've got the two youngsters as well, Minaur, Sinner. You've got the power hitter against the speed demon around the court. It's just really, they're two really exciting players. And they really, I don't know, they get people enthusiastic about tennis again when you see two young players actually going for it and playing their top game all the time. So not like if Shapo and Felix is like the polar opposite right now. So it's consistency. That's the name of the game. And these two players, they actually do have quite a lot of consistency in their game. They might lose to bigger players like you saw against de Minaur. He played Medvedev, played well in the first set and really took it to Medvedev. But Medvedev's just a level above once more. So they've still got a way to go to meet somebody like Medvedev's level. But I think give it another couple of years, they're both going to be right up there on that same level. But Sinner's got the power, and that's the key, I think, in this. If he's hitting the lines, could be a bad night for de Minaur.
Mate, I agree.
That's my personal opinion.
I think you summed it up well.
If we move down, obviously there we had the big clash there. The other Australians are doing all right, aren't they? So we had John the mailman, John Millman, or the milkman. I don't know which one. He always
never in doubt for me. I thought he even after losing the second set, he sort of brought it back. He was down a break in the second, brought it back to a tie break, crumbled in the tie break. However, that third set just too dominant, too strong, too powerful. Yeah, and John Millman, he is a dark horse. I wish I picked him as my dark horse to win the whole thing. Obviously, now you've got Felix out of that bottom half of the draw, but it's Pospisil's the real threat. I think most people did back Pospisil over Struff. Like I said, Struff, not that impressive at all, really. He's just like an average Joe. Just there around, just got some good shots. Always gets drawn against Djokovic in the big tournament and goes out.
Always.
And that's kind of his legacy at the moment. Unless anything changes there, I just see him always losing matches.
Like
but for me, Pospisil's the only bright shining light on the Canadian side.
Yeah, I was going to say a bit rude. He's not that bad, but yeah, he is. I was surprised. Obviously, he got very lucky against Marchenko in the first round. Got a bit lucky with some line calls, and not sure if he was really playing his best. But I think Marchenko really brought it. He knew that this was his opportunity back in the main draw again, and really did up his tempo, up the level of his game as well. And I was really impressed by that match. But yeah, Pospisil, see how easily he brushed aside.
Who do you fancy now, Pospisil or Millman? I know Danny's got Pospisil. I've actually got that same matchup, and I've got Millman to be in.
Well, I've got Pospisil as my dark horse for the tournament, don't I? So I'm going to have to
you'll have to go that way.
I'm going to have to stick with it, even though I love John Millman. But you never know. Once you play Gilles Simon, it does something weird to you. As we saw with Shapovalov, you never know. But that's when he lost. But,
mate, do you think it's crazy Sinner's not won a title?
Well, he's 19. I think it's a bit. I don't think it's fair to be jumping on him for not winning anything yet. I think he has the ability.
This is a really good opportunity, though. There's like a lot of big players out. This is kind of his now for the taking. He's just got to get past the demon, which is not going to be easy. Bottom of the draw there, we had Gasquet.
He went through.
Yeah, I'm sure he beat him.
Forotek.
Was it 3 sets or 2 sets?
Nah, it's 6-4, 6-2. He knocked out Forotek, and he'll now be playing Caruso. And I'd expect Gasquet to win this one. I think Gasquet looked good again today.
I think it's 50-50 still.
Really?
Yeah.
You love Caruso so much. This Italian blood running through you. It's so loyal.
I always back. I just love Caruso. It's just crazy that I didn't back him against Felix, but
yeah, well, it was a big ask to have two massive upsets of two. I think they were both like 4-1 or something.
Well, there's been quite a few down this bottom, mate. I think most people had Felix there as the matchup going through, and that's neither of them have made it through. So I think that sums it up.
Yeah, it does. The people at the top, they've failed to predict it as well. But yeah, I see Gasquet winning this one. If I'm honest, I think Gasquet has a little bit too. I think he has a little bit too much for Caruso, especially the way I've been seeing him play this tournament so far. I think he's playing at a good level right now. He's not looking troubled by anyone, and his backhand looks really good. So when that backhand's going well, it's it's going to be a good tournament for Gasquet. This is maybe one that he thinks he could win, because this is he'll probably look at the draw as well and think,
Oh, his
Caruso.
experience, mate. He's got a lot more experience than a lot of other players in there.
Caruso, then potentially Millman or Prospect. He'll probably think I could probably beat them as well.
I don't know, though. I think them two, they'll outpower him.
But you never know. If they have a day when your power shots aren't going, it just takes a few precise Gasquet backhands on break points, or just to force a few break points, and he can mix it with this level of players. So, yeah. But I think, have we spoken enough about this? I don't know if there's any more matches in the men's.
No, mate. I think we'll move on. Let's have a little chat about the women's. If you want to get it up on Flash, and then we'll talk about. I know Mary was saying she's a big WTA fan, and she knows that a lot more. So, and there's a little thing I want to talk about on it, but that's it really. I've not got really much to report, but we'll end it there. And then tomorrow, guys, make sure all of you join us, because it's a really big podcast. We're going to be doing the draw preview for the Nitto Championships in London, and we'll talk about all the potential. Well, there's going to be so much to discuss. We'll be doing the draw preview as soon as it comes out. We'll set up a little podcast anyway, so you can press the bell and be notified. But yeah, in the meantime, let's talk about the women.
Sounds like fun. All right, hang on. Let me just pull it up. I don't want to do it so that your eyes can't see it. This is always the struggle.
You got distracted, didn't it, when I was talking about the O2 stuff?
Yeah, I know.
I was thinking, what are we doing tomorrow?
I know. I was just getting excited about O2 draw, and then completely lost where I was. Yeah. So women's, can we see that, or do you want me to zoom? I can zoom. It's fine.
No, zoom out slightly, because I want to see some of the odds, if it's possible.
Oh, okay. You want to see?
I think some of them are quite shocking, yeah.
Hang on. Let me just go.
No, it's fine, mate, if you can't. I don't want to. Yeah, like that. That's perfect. That's sweet. In. Actually, no, it's not even this day, I don't think. There wasn't. Scroll down. Was there any crazy one? I saw some nuts one on the women's. No, it's not even today. Don't worry, mate. Just go on the names. It was yesterday's women.
Oh, okay.
I think it was Greek Menin again. She's just something else, and she almost beat. Well, let's get onto it. Come on, just zoom in a bit.
Okay, I'm just zoom in again.
Zoom
I'm in, out, shake it all about. So let's have a look at these ones first. There you go. I've done that quite well.
Well, let's start with Greek Menin anyway. She's just been a bit of a. I don't know. It's a bit disappointing she went out. I don't know how she ended up losing. If you want to bring up the point by point in the second set and all of that.
Yeah, maybe that would have been a better.
She was just so dominant, and she looked really good. She won the match before. I forget who it was now.
Let me have it. I can.
You're not really helping me out much, Ben. Here.
Mate, you're sending me all over. All over there. It was Yastremska.
Yeah, Yastremska. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Her beating her, and then she's followed it up, almost beating Barbara.
Wow, my dark horse for the tournament. Glad that she didn't. Obviously, it got all the way to a tiebreak there in the second set, and you see how even this was. Look how many juices they were having here.
It was just such a long match, mate. It was so long.
And as you can see here, look at that. Did well. I managed to fend off 2 set points, wasn't it there? Yeah, managed to fend off 2 set points, but the third one finally got her. And look how close you are to actually winning the match, really.
She didn't have any match points, but she's just always on the verge. It's one of the most painful things when you're this close to getting a match point opportunity. You just can't seem to get one.
2 points away from winning the match, realistically. Yep. So, and obviously, yeah, you've seen how many breaks of serve there are. Just look at that crazy tie break, just all over the place. It was just pretty crazy matchup. But as we saw in the third set, well, I'll bring it back to the middle. Just 1 break of serve required. Well, in theory, 1 break of serve. Was it actually just 1 break? Yeah, it was. Okay, that's what I was going to say. You never know if it was just a continuous amount of breaks. But yeah. My girl, Krajikova, she's made it through, which I'm happy with.
Well, I've got a new favourite on the women's side anyway.
Well, is it the one that's just Team Groves is bringing up?
No. Well, Dodin. Well, no. Team Groves had Dodin. That's a good pick, actually.
Akuda Matova.
No, it's not her either.
No.
If you get it back up, I'll show you who it is.
Well,
she won again.
Right,
and
one
it's
second.
Podoroska. Obviously,
Oh,
the
yeah,
beast,
yeah.
mate, the beast. No one knew about who she was. Had a crazy French Open.
Your favourite
And
for
she's
the
back.
tournament.
And I've seen her. Yeah, she lost. I don't know what happened to Begu. She's just I think I know what happened. Podoroska happened. She's so good. She's one of my favourite players now on the women's tour. I
really
can't believe
good.
I went against her yet again. She keeps. I think it's because
Yeah.
I've seen her on clay courts. I've never really seen her on hard. I thought the experience of Begu would be too much, but Podoroska keep marching. I think she's won 27 matches in 32 or something. It's crazy numbers, and her form's just incredible. I think she could even go all the way and win it.
Ooh, big high praise from JG for somebody who not really experienced much on the hard courts. Obviously, Begu there, lower in the rankings, but that's due to the Podoroska's amazing run at the at the French Open. Sorry, no, I just want to go to head, and then you can just see some of the form of Podoroska here, as you can see.
It's all on clay, though. It's all on clay.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, how far do we go back? I mean, I've gone all the way back to...
Yeah, well, that's the main one. I think it's like 27 out of 32. I did try and count, but I might have got it slightly mistaken. Regardless, it's a crazy number of matches she's won. Yeah. And she's like, you can't really rule her out. All of it's on clay. I wasn't sure how she would deal with playing on hard courts. However, she rose to the occasion. And if you don't know who she is, know who she is, because she's an outstanding tennis player. She did get battered by Savontek. We did a live watch along for that. Yeah. And it was over in about an hour, I think, maybe less. However, Savontek was just battering everyone. She battered Halep, I think, didn't she? Just before that.
Halep, battered. Whoever got in her way got battered, mate. So I don't think it mattered who you were.
Should have probably taken Rafa Nadal to 5 sets that tournament.
I would like to have said it. Would have been a good French Open final, that. But yeah, like you said, now onto the hard courts, and not something that we've really seen much of from Podoroska. And now I'm really excited. She's just sort of flown onto the radar. And what do you reckon we're going to see from her? You reckon that she's going to go all the way now, do you?
Well, I don't think you've got to be stupid to say that it's not possible.
Do you want to know
that she wins so many matches? But you then still got, obviously, the main 2 seeds in it. Mertens is in. She's my pick to actually win the tournament. She lost the first set today, 6-2, and then come back and won the third, 6-1, I believe.
I can bring that up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. So for me, I'm going to have to stick with Mertens to win it. However, I'd love to see Podoroska. She's one of my favourite tennis players right now. Yeah, but there's a lot of people saying Kuda Matada. Yeah, Matova, and she double bageled Barbara Haas.
Told you, I said that it's gonna be no worries, Barbara Haas, for her, because it means no worries. Kuda Matova, she's moving through to the next round.
Mate, you know the craziest thing? I didn't even know that until I've seen it right now.
Yeah, mate.
I must have completely missed that altogether. It was probably over so quick.
Yeah, 3 minutes a set. No,
the Mertens one was weird. Losing 6-2, then 6-1, 6-2.
Standard
took a while to
tennis,
took a while to get going, and then she did. So
sad to see Teichmann out there. Dodin managed to pull herself back from a set down there against Jill.
And a break, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so.
I predicted Dodin. I had Dodin to win that match. So
you did. Well done. Yeah, she was a set, and that second set was break. Yeah, so a few breaks there. So, but it'd be interesting. I just wanted to bring up, because I know we sort of went off it, Podoroska's form on hard court, which I'm just having a quick look at now.
We spoke about the hard court form.
No, but I'm talking about in general, because yeah, I mean, if I don't know if I can really bring it up. I'll just tell you what I can see. It's saying that this season, she's won 19 matches on hard court and only lost 3. She's won 22 on clay and only lost 4. She's won 3 titles this year. And last year, bear in mind, her stats were 259 in the world, and she won 3 on hard court, lost 5, won 1 on clay, lost 7. So something's changed in this girl's game.
No one saw it coming, basically. She's just turned up on the stage and just been phenomenal ever since. And that's why I love the story. I love a story like that, where she's a player who's playing tennis for so many years, not really doing much. All of a sudden, something clicks with them. and they just return brilliant. I'll tell you who did do it. Our main man, mate, Attila Balazs. He was going to retire, and then he's come back and played the best tennis he's ever done and reached inside the top 100. I think he's like 80th in the world. Yeah. So I feel like Podoroska and Attila Balazs, there's like a little connection there. That's why I get behind her so much.
I heard that she bought a house next to a nuclear power plant. And that suddenly she's become like superhuman since. No, that's just
it could be
garbage. That's just garbage. That's not actual news.
Thomas Rock there giving another super sticker.
Cheers
mate. Appreciate that.
Sending them in.
And I think we're probably going to wrap it up there. We've been speaking for over 40 minutes.
Do you want to have a look at the women's bracket or not really?
I don't think it's updated, is it? Or is it? I've not properly looked.
I can have a look. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's only fair because it's quite interesting to see who's top as well. Because the person who's bottom of the other one is top of this
Mary.
one.
Fair enough. We'll give Mary her time.
So
We've got Saruk there in third.
Yeah.
Wait, I've not looked at this. I didn't even know there was updating it.
Team Groves up the top again in this one. He's doing well.
Knows his tennis.
Yeah. And I'm doing all right. I'm not doing too bad. Level with the Groves. They're up there. And where's JG?
Gosh.
They're not doing too bad. Just one behind. Not bad. And
obviously know my tennis last.
Oh god. Less said the better. Less said. Anyway, I think that's enough of that one.
Yeah, but let's wrap it up there. We'll be joining. Well, we'll be back tomorrow to do the big draw preview for the O2 finals in London. So hopefully, as many of you can join us for that.
Indeed.
Anything left to say, Ben?
No. Thanks for everybody who joined us for this one tonight. It's been a fun one. Hopefully, you've learned something. I've learned a few things as well. And yeah, we'll just look forward to the draw for Nitto finals. Can't wait to see who's going to be playing who tomorrow.
Yeah. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Always.